there. And I think with this issue of facial recognition, we are coming to a point where it is absolutely necessary to say loud and clear that our societies are confronted with a huge risks for our future as democratic and rule of law societies, because that's the reason why we have called for a ban on automatic recognition of human features in publicly accessible spaces, both for public authorities and private companies, because we believe that this technology interferes with fundamental rights and freedoms in such a way that it calls into question the essence of these rights and freedoms. You have to understand that deploying this remote biometric identification in publicly accessible spaces is a direct attack to our right to privacy and means de facto the end of anonymity in those spaces. Anonymity is something that has been with us as human beings since we are human beings, and it is extraordinary that we can contemplate the destruction of this in a matter of months or years. Indeed, independence is for us essential, because there could be no data protection system without an independent data protection authorities supervising the processing of personal data. This is even part of the fundamental right to data protection, the need to have an independent data protection authority taking care of the processing. So obviously, data is becoming something that is very important for business, obviously, because the whole industrial revolution is built on machines that use data to replace human beings by robots. The more intelligent the machine is, the easier it is to replace a worker, a human being, by a robot. So the more data you have, the more autonomous the machines are, the more money you can make, because machines never get sick. Machines don't need to have pension rights. Machines are never going on strike. So there is obviously this need to have a lot of data to be able to have more autonomous machines. But what everybody needs to understand, and this is why the European Data Protection Supervisor is being so upfront about it, is that if we get it wrong, and if we don't have technologies in Europe that are true to our principles and values, we will not get a society that will be sustainable from the human viewpoint. It's the same that is happening at the moment with the climate, with the planet. We can only have a future as a planet if we have sustainability built inside our industry. The same thing can be said about humans and technology. We can always be successful with our technology if we build the principle of the dignity of individuals inside our technologies. This is something that is already in the GDPR, where we say that we have the principle of data protection by design. So now I think we should move further, and in the debate on artificial intelligence, we should say that we should have human dignity by design in our technologies. What we really need here is to make the public aware that these technologies that entail surveillance and facial recognition in public spaces are technologies relatively cheap. They can be deployed with not a lot of cost, and they have a huge potential. So if we allow this to happen, our airports, our train stations, our streets, our squares will be quickly running all these facial recognition in real time. And even if we say it will be done only for very special cases and for very serious crimes, once they are there, the temptation to use it for everything will be huge, and then it will be impossible to stop it, because the technology will be there, and there will be, it will be so easy to use it for all kinds of purposes. So we have to learn from the mistakes we have done in the previous decades, where we have allowed technology to be deployed, and then we see what we do about it. In this particular case, we should ban this technology upfront, discuss about it, and if we consider that some exceptional uses are democratically sound, then we can allow this to happen. Thank you.